Okay, let's voice this over. This is kind of just a dry run of my first two playthroughs of High Tech Impressions' Barbie game from 1991 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't believe this got a Japanese release on the Famicom as well. The Japanese stopped selling Barbie at some point in the 70s or 80s and sold a knockoff doll with a different name. And they actually got a game based on that doll before we got a Barbie game in the United States. These are the things you find out when you watch a lot of videos about old video games. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I was on a train when I recorded this initial run. It's nothing absolutely fantastic. You can see me launch it from the emulator there. I've never heard of that developer before. When you start the game, it shows you this once upon a dream thing here. And Barbie is sitting up in bed reading, which is good because it shows that Barbie is literate. Why Barbie has what appears to be a twin-size bed and two lamps, I don't understand. But she's been reading about mermaids in this book, and now she's getting tired. She also appears to have some kind of very special lamp system. She reaches over and turns off one lamp as she contemplates her busy day, and both lamps go off. So tomorrow she's going to have lunch at the soda shop. That apparently equates to being busy. And she thinks about this for quite a long time. Same with going swimming at the beach. I'm pretty sure these thought bubbles stay up as long as they do because little kids would need to read them. So she's going to meet Ken at the party. Why Ken isn't picking her up, I don't know. But right now she's tired and she's going to go to sleep. But she says the first thing she has to do tomorrow is go to the mall to pick up an outlet. And that is so much to do. Fair enough. I don't like leaving the house either on my day off. So here's the game itself. None of this makes any sense. You'll notice I didn't record this with any audio. Part of that was due to a limitation of the software I have, and part of it is just the fact that the sound is terrible. Absolutely terrible. When I record a proper run-through of all three levels, I will probably include the sound. So here's what we're seeing right now. You play as Barbie. And I am trying to figure out the controls. It turns out that I launched this game and my controller wasn't properly set up. It was able to read the button presses from the controller, but not the D-pad, which basically means Barbie is kind of locked into this one position. So this is just an aside, me futzing with the controls. Eventually I will stop the emulation. There we go. I was able to move in one direction. I think I found that the arrow keys were working okay. So yes, here I am, quitting OpenEmu and relaunching it. There we go. I have far better games available to me at this time, but I am playing Barbie because you guys asked me to play Barbie. So here we are. We've resumed. Barbie can walk forwards and backwards. She has the ability to jump. She has a little bit of movement when she jumps, but notice exactly how big her sprite is. It takes up nearly half the screen. And because of that, she doesn't get that high of a jump in. It's kind of painful, really. Everything is trying to kill her in this stage. She's in some kind of sporting goods store. You'll notice she just dropped something. This is her kind of one means of attack. It doesn't do much of anything, really, unless you have it set up correctly. That's what that charm bracelet is on the lower left. What Barbie is dropping here are crystals, and the crystals do whatever the charm bracelet is set for. That first item with the bow will tell creatures to stop moving. The second item tells them to start moving. And the third one does something that I haven't figured out yet, or maybe isn't available in the game yet. It's a question mark. I haven't figured out this mechanism at this point yet, so I'm just basically throwing crystals at this bird for no particular reason. Your health is measured by your level of sleep. That's those floating Z's there above the score. So here I am continually throwing crystals at this bird, not knowing what to do, and just the act of being hit by a tennis ball, hit by a possessed tennis racket, is harming Barbie to no end. And here I am trying to get the dog to do something, not knowing that I need to change the crystal state. The select button is what changed that, so you have to use the select button in this game. And I also found that the crystals can be thrown differently. Here I've just figured I've dropped the crystal with a movement setting in front of the dog, and he went and carried off the tennis ball. For some reason I tried walking left, seeing if anything happened there, but it does not. So now that there's no tennis ball, the tennis racket can't do anything, and the tennis racket itself does not try to harm me. Here's a bit of a problem. I just died there trying to get past that tennis racket again. This is the screen that comes up when you lose all your Z's. It is actually less a loss of a life and more of a continue. We'll see exactly what that looks like in just a bit. Barbie is trying to determine whether or not she should go back to sleep or wake up. I decided to go back to sleep. She's back at 5, now 6 levels of sleep. When you pick up those B items, it refills some of her Z's. Now that I've recognized what the crystals can do, I am attempting to lob the crystal at the dog, and there it goes. The longer you hold down the B button, the farther the crystal will go. And here's what I don't like there. There is no earthly way to get past that tennis racket without just getting hit by it. There's no animal that can take care of it for you. None whatsoever. I just got hit by something that is doing something to me. I don't know if it's a temporary invulnerability. I am simply flummoxed by what these things are. I may actually try to locate the instruction manual to find out what's happening. The bird I activated over there just kind of acts like a platform that allows you to get over the high jump there. Here's another jump that no matter what you do, you are going to get hit. There it goes. I just took damage there. Barbie's sprite is so big, it is nigh impossible to dodge enemies at all, especially when you can't see the animal that you need in order to actually prevent bad things from happening. I somehow made it out of the sporting goods level and into the toy store level. These are all part of a larger level, which is the shopping mall. Barbie, again, noted before she went to sleep that she needed to get a dress. I've activated that bird to be a platform. Let's see, there we go. You can hop down there. You get the B item, get some more Z's and a little bit of points. I'll hop on back up. Yep, getting around from the foreground object to the background object, not very good. Whoever developed this is an idiot. So these are basketballs or beach balls or something. There's a cat up there. What the cats do is if you feed them, they just kind of move to the right. And in this case, it pushes down a B item for me. And now kites are attacking me. Along with balls, there's no way to avoid that one. You just get hit. The platforming here seems far too precise, and you don't have the kind of maneuverability that a Mario or a Mega Man or a Samus Aran has to get around these kind of things. You just get hit. Now this is kind of a mini boss here. I'm not exactly sure how one is supposed to figure out what to do here. We know what the cat does. We feed the cat a crystal, and the cat runs to the right, but there's nothing for the cat to push. What the heck happens here? And something on the wall is just throwing balls at you. This is horrible. Nope, hitting it with crystals does nothing, although we will see that you actually do attack enemies with crystals later. So you feed the cat, it hits the thing, and it stops briefly, and then just starts throwing balls back at you. So now that I've hit it, can I progress past it? No, it killed me. So Barbie wakes up again, and the way her eyes are drawn in that pixel art, she looks like some kind of demon. Yeah. Just jumping around like that. Can't get around those balls. You got to line it up just right. If you don't hit the bird perfectly with the crystal, he will not activate. I don't know why I'm assuming that bird is male. There we go. Time that just right. Try to avoid the beach ball. Ooh, almost got the cat on the first try that time. And, yep, I throw horribly. There we go. And dodged. Ooh, somehow got around that. a lot of this jumping seems just way too precise for the intended audience of the game. Not that the intended audience, being girls, would be inherently unable to do this, but these would be young girls who don't necessarily have the same kind of motor reflexes that somebody who could sit there and blast their way through Mega Man 2 would have. And then couple that with these inexplicable sequences where you really have no idea what to do. It's like, okay, I feed the cat, he hits the thing, and then he comes back. What now? Eventually, I just realized that maybe if I just keep doing it, something good will happen, and there we go. The thing that was dispensing the balls is gone, and then the level ends. And now I'm in a boutique being attacked by fedoras, which is quite interesting. The wallpaper in here is roses. I don't understand. So I get a B item from the cat, something we've seen before. There's a rack of clothing. These odd... Who would design a store like this with stuff that you have to climb over to get places? Apparently that requires some precise timing to get the dog to get both the items out of the way. It's pretty impossible, and now we have these camisoles floating around like Castlevania items. And you have no way to like whip them to make them go away. You have to avoid them. You notice that block there was different. We'll actually see what that does in a later playthrough. So here we go. Now I'm being attacked by a bunch of clothing all put together. Some gloves, a camisole, skirt, and one of them fedora-type hats. Apparently that's actually a lady's hat, so it's probably not a fedora. And the items need to be attacked in order. You can't attack the hat first. It is last. So the good news is, as long as you don't get anywhere near it, it doesn't harm you. And so long as you throw crystals at it, they go away. And that is the first level. That is the mall in Barbie. You then get taken to the Galleria, so you're actually outside the shops now. This is the second part of her day. She's having lunch at the soda shop, so she has to get to the soda shop. She appears to be wearing her new dress, so she had a Miss Elizabeth costume change. And I just got killed by water, a la Castlevania. Apparently the fountains at this mall are so dangerous they kill me. And I've continued 3 times, or I've attempted this 3 times now, so Barbie has woken up. Maybe I'll dream this again tomorrow night. And you would expect that, okay, now I'm just out of lives. I get to continue now. Nope. It returns you to the title screen. You have to start the game over. So while you're attempting to maneuver your way around all of these ridiculous obstacles that make no sense in the grand scheme of things, you don't get any continues. You just get 3 chances to do it with very limited health, and there are times where you just get hurt, no matter what you do. So that was my first attempt at playing Barbie. I was able to get some of the concepts of the game covered, but not all of them. And you'll see on my second playthrough, I do far better. I will produce that at a later date. Let me go ahead and get this audio added to the video and get this uploaded. And thank you for watching, Kansu folk.